Let me ask you one uncomfortable question. If your HR truly works for employees, then why do most employees feel powerless, insecure, and replaceable? Today, I'm exposing 5 psychological and structural tricks HR quietly uses to protect the company, not you. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly how to counter them like a pro. This isn't HR hate. This is HR reality. If you work in a corporate office, this video can save your career. First up, the classic line, "We're a family." This is a control strategy. HR uses emotional branding to make you feel like you belong, to create psychological ownership. They want you emotionally attached, so you don't think rationally. When HR says, "We are one family here," what they're actually saying is, don't negotiate hard, don't complain, and don't think like a professional. Think about it. You work late nights with no overtime pay because you're part of the family. But the moment sales drop, a cold, emotionless layoff email arrives. So here's how you counter it. Always think like a contractor, not a relative. Your loyalty is tied to your output. Their loyalty is tied to company profit. Be warm, be professional, but never ever mistake the workplace for a place of emotional safety. Next, HR tracks a lot more than you think. They use something called behavioral data mapping. HR quietly tracks your attendance trends, the tone of your emails, your complaint history, patterns in manager feedback, and even how often your name appears in internal conflicts. You think your one-on-one meetings are safe spaces to vent? No, they are data collection sessions. You complain about your workload, and then, magically, in your next appraisal, you hear, "Your attitude seems resistant to pressure." Sound familiar? The counter-pro technique here is the written evidence rule. All important requests should be in an email. If you face verbal pressure, summarize it in a follow-up email. Document your meetings. Remember this golden rule. If it's not written down, it never happened. Third, performance appraisal is rarely about your actual performance. HR uses forced distribution and budget protection. They don't rate you based purely on your results. They distribute ratings across a bell curve to control salary increment budgets, maintain organizational balance, and protect internal politics. You exceed all your targets. Your manager agrees you were the best performer on the team, but then HR says, "Sorry, this year only 2 top ratings are allowed per department. Congratulations, you just lost money to a spreadsheet." To fight this, use the pre-appraisal positioning strategy. Start making your work visible 3 months before your appraisal. Share your impact, your numbers, publicly. CC relevant stakeholders on key achievements. Keep proof of the revenue you generated, the costs you saved, or the risks you reduced. Never let HR summarize your value for you. You narrate your own performance story. Fourth, HR pretends to be neutral in conflicts. This is an illusion. HR practices what is called power alignment bias. They will almost always lean toward revenue generators, senior managers, and politically protected departments. Neutrality is just a brand image. It's not their operational reality. You file a complaint against a senior manager, and suddenly you're the one being labeled not a team player, mentally unstable, or having a difficult personality. This is classic corporate gaslighting. Your defense is the power documentation shield. Never send emotional complaints. Stick to facts, timelines, and witnesses. Frame your complaint around the business risk it creates, using a neutral, professional tone. When you talk like a lawyer, HR has no choice but to treat you like a credible threat. Finally, HR controls the speed of your career without you even realizing it. This is growth gatekeeping. HR controls nominations for training programs, approvals for promotions, moves to other departments, and international assignments. You think your manager decides your career path? Not entirely. HR quietly opens or closes the doors behind the scenes. You apply for a growth opportunity, and HR says, "Let's just observe you for one more cycle." That one more cycle magically turns into 3 years of stagnation. The counter is the visibility ladder strategy. Build your presence beyond your own department. Make sure directors know who you are. Speak up in cross-functional projects. Let your name and your reputation travel ahead of you. When senior leaders know your value, HR can't silently freeze your career. Here's the brutal truth. HR isn't evil. HR is a function designed to protect the company first and foremost. If you don't understand this fundamental reality, you will overshare, overtrust, under-negotiate, and ultimately, oversuffer. The smart professional stays respectful, stays sharp, stays documented, and stays strategically visible. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. That means you're finally waking up. Drop a comment below if you've ever faced any of these HR manipulations. And if you want part 2, where I'll cover how managers secretly use HR to destroy careers, just comment part 2 down below. Thanks for watching.